The other thing, about working on her hands, the most important guy, of course, is the boss. You don't always see him, but the foreman. And then the real guy who is really important is the cook, right? So sometimes they hire some interesting cooks like old Boomer Johnson. Too bad Boomer's not here today. I think he would enjoy this one. The Boomer Johnson, he was a man who was getting old in spots. But who would ever thought that a bad man would want to wrestle pans and pots? But he has his share of killing, and his draw was getting slow, so he gave up punching cattle and he started punching dough. Now our foreman often hires him because he figured maybe time had rode him tame. But I tell you, a snake don't get no sweeter just by changing of his name. Now this Boomer, he knew his business. He could cook to make you smile. But the thing was, he stirred his fodder in a most peculiar style. He didn't use no matches. He just left them on the shelf. Just kerosene and cussing, and the kindling lit itself. And folks, I tell you, it would give a man a jolt to watch him stir frijoles with the barrel of his Colt. Because killing men and cooking, it's really not that far apart. And I guess that's why Boomer took to practice in this art. He could use the sight on his barrel and cut a pie crust real quick. And then he'd crimp it with his muzzle just to make the edges stick. And his donuts, he made them whole. And it sure would curl your hair to watch him shoot those donuts when he throw them in the air. He could plug them dead center every time his pistol spoke, till the whole till the can was full of donuts and the shack was full of smoke. And we'd start getting jumpy, and he couldn't understand why his pistol made us nervous when his cooking was so grand. So he just kept on performing, and it came as no surprise when he started marking tombstones on the covers of his pies. Now his cooking didn't taste no better and it didn't taste no worse, but sitting in that kitchen was like sitting in a hearse. We didn't do no talking. We just took what we got and ate till we were bellered just to keep from getting shot. But then one bright morning at breakfast, I was kind of feeling low. Boomer passed the donuts and I told him plenty. No, just coffee this trip. 'Cause my stomach is a wreck. And then I saw the urge for killing start swelling the wattles in his neck. Scored my cooking. Started slinging donuts on the barrel of his gun and shoved it in my gizzard and said, "You're taking one." Yeah, Boomer was set to start a graveyard. But for once, he was mistook. 'Cause me, not wanting donuts, I just up and salts the cook. Did they fire him? I tell you folks, nothing left to fire. Just a row of smiling faces and another cook for hire. And if he's with another outfit, if he's cooking, but what I'm trying to say is, it's where they don't need no matches. No, if he's with another outfit and cooking, well, here's what I mean. It's where they got no matches and they don't need no kerosene.